We were talking yesterday in our morning meeting about value, bringing value, adding value, and value add is so overused in everything, in sales, in just everything. They're like, okay, well, we're going to tack on value add because it generates more revenue for us. You know, if I can sell this bottle of water for $1, well, if I can add some kind of value to it, put a koozie around it, or, you know, they just dress it up minimally and then push it at you for $2. Okay. That's crap. You know, that's kind of the sales value add. I'm talking about value exchange. That's what the point I was trying to make yesterday was value exchange. That's perfect capitalism in motion. Is a true value exchange. And that is, I love Frisella, where he introduces podcasts like that. He's like, okay, this whole thing is on value exchange, and I'm going to do a good job and you're going to share it. And that's just kind of the way it goes. And if it don't, then trash it. But if I do a good job and I bring a value to you, make you laugh, cry, you know, he says all these different things. It's very, very cool. But if I do a good job, then you share it. That's the exchange we're going to have. But I'm going to bring you value, and then you're going to reciprocate value to me. So it's not that we're trying to value add into a product. We're doing a value exchange, which is magic. Like, it is flat out magic if you do if it's value exchange, because then it's really, things just work, you know. And I always want to, and anybody that's providing value in that mentality, they want to leave more on the table than what they get in return. There's always a +1 involved in that value exchange. So I'm going to give you a little more than what you're going to actually pay for. So with our, if we're valuing doing, when we're exchanging in the sign business, where we're giving our customers, or if a software business, if we're giving our customers said software, we're going to intentionally, and I know this sounds really weird, but we're going to intentionally try to undercharge a little bit. Okay, well, we said, then you might go, well, you're more than what's in the market. Yeah, but the value, the literal value of what we're putting in that product, the service that we offer, the guarantees, we're going to fix it. When you screw it up, we're going to fix it without it costing you an arm and a leg or something like that. We're going to put more value out there than what we are actually going to ask you to pay us in return. So there's always, you're getting a good deal, but we still have to charge enough to, in any value exchange, you have to do enough to where it's a profitable thing both ways, Boil that down. So now that's customer relationship, but now also go into an employee relationship with a company, or with an employer relationship. The exact same thing is in play. You hone your skill. And that was something I think I missed yesterday. I wasn't really emphasizing the skill. What is the value you bring to the table? Well, the value I bring my attitude. I bring, what else can you bring? Like, if you're bringing something that you're bringing into the organization, energy, you bring energy in there. And then ultimately you bring your skill into there. And that's where the personal improvement, the continuous improvement, our core values of continuous improvement and service to others, all function around that right there. It's you. It always has to be you. That's where and then the personal accountability. You see, man, that whole thing of the core value and the culture that we develop all has to do with this value add, this value exchange. I'm going to do the best me, and I'm going to put that into the marketplace. And I guarantee you, if I'm true to being the best I can possibly be, somebody will value exchange with me. And it may be in dollars. It may be in listening to what I have to say. It may be in a bunch of different ways that you are exchanging value. But I'm going to hone my skills. And that's something I never even realized until probably I don't know, but maybe a few years ago, that the way this thing worked, I was accidentally honing and building skill like for years and years and years. And it takes, some folks say 10,000 hours before you become a master at something. But I was honing programming skills and just all kinds of, really, that's the number one skill. If I looked at it, my whole business, my particular business travel, my trajectory, the way I've done things is that it wasn't that I was a master in business or I knew how to do something or all that. I was willing to stick it out. And then I absolutely loved developing software. I had a passion for that and I just loved it. I love code. I love the technical aspect of it. So I became really good at it. But over 20, 30 years of that, and it just so happened that it fit this other thing that we could, like the software side joined up with the science stuff. And now we could put that in the marketplace in such a way that, hey, our customers have great access. And a lot of it was, the internet had to be very mature. It had to grow. So back in the 90s, this wasn't even possible, But anyway, developing skill, bringing the value out into the marketplace, and then somebody wants to do business with you. And that's in your job, in your company. Think about it in your family, me and you. If I'm a turd, even though I'm your blood, you won't want to have something to do with me. Like you just want to kind of steer clear, I'll visit Tommy whenever, if it's at a family reunion, I'll brush, but I'm not going to be around him. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to seek him out in any kind of way, because there's no value there. Like he's a negative draw on me, or maybe I even lose anytime I'm around him. Like it brings me down. So developing the skill, the value exchange, ultimately you want to put, and it's money, it's peace. It could be the whole value that you're seeking. It could be a multitude of different things, but just, business wise, everybody wants a really good, good income. I mean, everybody wants to make a wad of money where you don't have to worry about money. And then all the other pieces allow you to do what you want to do and maybe go where you want to go and see the people you want to see. I guess ultimately be fulfilled in your work. But there's great fulfillment in bringing value and somebody wanting to reciprocate with you. There's a level of, I remember handing people signs and them being very happy with what I handed them, the thing I made with my hands or I made with my mind and designed it well and it functioned for them and they loved it and they were happy to write me the check. And it wasn't necessarily the check. That was necessary, but it was seeing the I guess the dopamine rush that you get off of somebody being ecstatic about your work. I do just like I was talking with Tom yesterday, something as unsexy as credit card transactions, that's just it's a gooey kind of, most of that stuff is all cloak and dagger and behind the scenes and you never know what you're paying and they never know what's in the contract. Like it's just this volume deal and, you're dealing on micro percentages, which ultimately turn out to be big numbers, but just like him bringing value to us in that, it can be in any kind of, it can be in any kind of situation like that. But he would bring, him bringing that value to us and me being so happy about it. And you could tell in our conversation, he was genuinely happy that he could give us a level of service and provide me with a value that ultimately decreased our costs, made us more profitable. And he enjoyed a little profit. The company that's doing the processing enjoys a little profit. We enjoy a little savings, which is ultimately profit to us. And it was just a win across the board. And it wasn't that oh, I need to squeeze out of you another dollar. It wasn't even about that at all. It was like he kind of passed that. Nobody's ever passed the costs, but he's kind of a little bit past that, man, where it's like, okay, I'm going to give you, here's my best offer. Can we do something? Is this good for you? If it's not good for you, next. Like, I can't help you. I wish I could, but I can't. It's the best I can do. But he approaches it that way from the beginning, which is real cool. And I think that he is enjoying the fruits all the way around. Like the like, hey, I'm doing you a good job and you're enjoying it. And we're both winning. It can work out that way. And value exchange works out just that way. And I want all of our people, I want my kids, I want all of the folks that are here to, man, focus inward, learn, do the work, learn the skills, hone your craft, man, get so good at it. There's books like, what's the one, So Good They Can't Deny You, or something like that. But and that's ultimately, and that's kind of what I was talking about too, that, ultimately, if you hone your skill and you are the best and you are doing it and you are bringing the value in, and whoever is over you, if there's somebody blocking you, you'll go right around them, because that's just the way things works. Law of sowing and reaping works, man. Like, and you can't be denied. If you're willing to work on yourself and you're willing to build that skill and bring that value, somebody somewhere will exchange with you. And it'll be, like I said, it can be anything, money, if that's what you're looking for, or whatever it is that you're looking for. But that's kind of like the value add, value exchange kind of debate. We want to, at SignMaster, ShopLogic, we want to value exchange. We want to do a good job, and then we want you to reciprocate with us. We want you either hand us the money, or give us the praise, or forward the podcast, or whatever the thing is. That's what we want. We want a value exchange, but we're always, Cardone calls it, always leave a little bit on the table. Always. I don't want to eke out every last nugget. I don't want to twist that thing out. I want to get so good that you can't be denied. They could charge an extra $200 for an iPhone, and everybody in the world would continue to buy them. Is that true? That's absolutely true. But what do? They charge what they think is a fair price for all the technology and all the research that goes in it. And they have people lined up around the block every time that they release a new one. That's the way we want to be. That's what we're going to do. We're going to value exchange. We're not going to try to do this cloak and dagger mess of value add. I'm trying to value add is to get a little bit more by providing you really a little bit less. No, we're going to value exchange. We're going to be so good that we can't be denied.